Welcome to the Monday Morning Wake Up Call with your host, Kerry Ramage, managing broker at Remax Elite, and Heather Holliday, your social marketing nut. Good morning.
Good morning, Heather. How are you?
I'm good, and happy February 1st.
I know, February 1st on a Monday, so we're starting the Monday off as a first day of the month, which is always kind of puts everything in sync, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's a whole new month. We're only second month into this year. January felt like it flew by and drug at the same time. It was a crazy month. I don't know. It was a crazy month for sure. And it's snowing outside here, so that's exciting. So I'm watching snow fall, but the ground is still too warm, so it's like I don't see it on the ground anymore since
Okay. It is. I mean, New York is crazy. My cousin's schools got called out for today. They called them out yesterday. And it is like a snowstorm. And I did learn something new on the news today because I just never knew this. But a blizzard has nothing to do with the amount of snow. It has to do with the amount of wind.
We don't have to shovel, Kelly. Ever.
Yeah, the amount of wind is what denotes a blizzard. So I thought that was interesting because I never realized that. So they don't think the winds will be high enough to be a blizzard, but it definitely is a snowstorm.
Yeah, my mom, so she's over Smith Mountain Lake, Virginia, been waiting for snow for like 2.5, 3 years. So she gets super jealous when she sees that I have snow she's still a little north, but she's like, I should have snow. Like I bought a 4-wheel drive vehicle because they told me I was going to need it. And where's my snow? I bought this little sled thing that just sitting there with the tags on it. I want to use it. So she finally has snow and has a nice blanket.
That's funny.
So I'm happy for her.
Good. Yeah, it's going to be cold here today, but it's going to be beautiful. It was raining super early, like I get up around 5. So, and I still can't get to the office on time, just so you know. I mean, I get up at 5 and then you start doing whatever you're doing. And the next thing you know, you're like, oh my gosh, I've got to get in the car.
And that's why I love having my little space because I make my coffee and I come out to my office. So it's like right there and I'm already working. Because that is the hard part. Like when you have a home office and an office, like I'm working at 6 o'clock in the morning. So you just get into the groove and then all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, look what time it is.
Right. So the sun is now out. It's going to be a beautiful day. And I'm excited about that. A little chilly, but it'll still be great. So,
well, our wind chill is we might hit 30s today. So,
Wow. And so it's Monday morning. So on a normal Monday morning, my phone is going nuts with texts and messages. So if you're watching, I'll answer your questions when I'm done with this. And if you're not watching, you'll just have to wait regardless. So
I know we have to tell our staff like, okay, Monday mornings, you can't constantly be chatting because then I'm going to be hearing dings.
Right. Yeah.
Throughout this and just know that's, Palm Bay's asking me questions.
Gotcha. So today we're talking about, are you tapping into your full potential? So another great beginning of the year topic, and maybe even a good topic for halfway through when you're reevaluating your business plan to seeing where you are. But, we are in control of our own success. We are, for the most part, even though we work with an office and we feel like a team or a family, you're still in charge of your own success. I'm not calling everybody saying, get out of bed, start selling some real estate today. You have to get yourself motivated and get yourself going. And certainly we try to do what we can to help motivate. But if you're not willing to jump out there and do it, get started. Ooh, I'm shaking the whole desk. But you are the person in control of your success.
I mean, it's true because if, it's easy to talk the talk and we have the vision boards and we put the business plan, but if you're not going to take action, nothing will change. And I think that was even like my quote of the week last week is,
Yeah.
it's just a thought in your brain. It's just occupying that space if you're not going to put it into action.
Candace wants to know why I'm not waking everybody up. If you'd like me to call you at 5 a.m., Candace, I'm happy to do that. We can walk our dogs together. Oh, you have that big yard that you probably just let them out the door. I, on the other hand, have to take my dog for a little walk. So the first thing that you should be looking at or looking to do is don't place barriers on yourself. So I think many times we are our biggest critic. We are our biggest critic, you know. An agent friend posted the other day, she was just having a struggle moment, single mom, working hard, selling houses, trying to be everything to everybody, wanting to do it right, wanting to do it perfect. And I said to her what you always say, which is practice, not perfection.
Progress, not perfection.
Progress, not perfection. And I said to her, we're our biggest critic. So get out of your own head, take a step back, take a minute for yourself, like take a breath, and then get back at it, you know? And if it's not perfect, that's okay. It's everything is learning. All our whole lives, I feel like that's what we do is learning, you know? So don't get in your own.
That was the same with us trying to do this.
Yep.
We were the only ones stopping ourselves from doing it.
Exactly.
I mean, quite honestly.
Exactly.
And if it wasn't for COVID, we'd probably still be, we need to do this.
Right.
But we were our biggest critics, and no, we have no idea what we're doing, but we just press that record button and see what happens.
Right? And it's funny because like even as I look at like around me, I try to set everything up so it looks nice, and I'm like, oh, it's a little messy in here today, and it's like, you know what? It's reality. So it's reality, you know. Just don't
be that person who was just on some was being interviewed on the news, and she had like this big dildo.
Stop it right now! Oh my God. Oh, Lord help us. Okay, yeah, no.
It was huge.
Crazy. So, but don't put a barrier up in front of you. And here's the thing, the people in 2020 that were successful, and it was a record-breaking year in real estate, record-breaking. But the people who were successful and who did more business in 2020 than they did in 2019 did not put the COVID barrier in front of them. They rolled with it, whatever it was. I need my mask. I need my gloves. I need my hand sanitizer. I need to educate my buyers and sellers on staying safe when we go look at houses, or how we're going to keep your house safe, whether it's putting on shoe booties or whatever it is. The people that embraced COVID and embraced this video era are the people
really embracing change.
Yep.
And real estate's all about changing. And that's where, those that don't educate or do the different, participate in education or designations or anything like that. I mean, that's what I love so much about real estate is it's always changing. Yeah. So you have to easily, go with the flow, changes, make adjustments as you need to grow with this industry. Because I think even Dave Linegar's always, you have to be able to adapt, or you're going to be left behind. Like, I mean, basically a blockbuster. Don't be the blockbuster in the industry.
So I was driving by my old, I used to live in South Rockledge, and I was driving by the other day, and I looked to my left where the Blockbuster used to be, and it brought back this flashback memory of going there with Tim Ramage and my son and picking out videos, and I was like, Lord, have we come a long way since Blockbuster? And then we
go every Friday, get the movies for the weekend.
Yep.
And my daughter now, we're cleaning out my old office, and it was supposed to be a guest room, which she thinks that means it's like a kid's game room.
It's her second room.
It's her second room. She's got black lights going. I mean, it's crazy. And I was like, this is a guest room. You're not supposed to be living here that much longer. You're going to be moving out.
It's supposed to be getting out time. Yeah. So,
it's find a VHS tape and what is this? They don't even know what that is.
So, right. So, and then you think the next thing we did, and again, this was still Tim and I split up in 2008. We sold our house in April of 2008, and at that time we were already doing the Netflix where they mailed you the DVDs. So they would mail you however many you signed up for, and then you'd mail them back. So that was the next evolution. So then we did that for a while, and
then
now
Red Box.
Yeah, and then the Red Box, right? And now it's 2021, and everything's just
don't even have a CD player. Everything is.
I have it because I haven't gotten rid of it, but I should, But so but that is a perfect scenario of how things change and things evolve. And could Blockbuster have been the Netflix of today? They didn't see it.
You have to evolve as things change, and I mean, life is always changing. But real estate is, to me, it's always pretty fast moving, and that's something that I love about it.
Right.
That it is. Technology is. I mean, I don't feel I've been doing this that long, but I used to use a typewriter to do all my monthly reports.
This is funny. I have a thing. Oh, it's over there. Where I used to work at an attorney's office, and my oldest was sick from school one day, and so he came to the office with me, and I had a typewriter. I didn't do much on the typewriter, but I did still have a typewriter, and he was like, "What is this?" And so then he typed me a little note, and it's like, "Roses are red, violets are blue. You are the best mom that I know," or something like that. You are as awesome as the flowers in a cherry field, or something like that, he wrote. I still have it. But it was funny because he was like, "What's this?" He probably has no memories of no memories of what Blockbuster was, So anyway, don't place barriers on yourself. We are so many possibilities out there. So just and be your own cheerleader, because I think that's how you end up placing barriers, is because you second guess yourself. The other thing, and this is a big one for me, and it reminded me of a story that I'll tell, but don't let real estate be a 24/7 position.
This is this is hard, I think, because that's the whole time management issue.
This is super duper hard. And everybody's like, "Oh," when you're in the chat rooms, they don't call them chat rooms anymore, but you know what I mean?
Not in a long time, Kerry.
I know. In the Facebook groups with other realtors, they're like, "Oh, 24/7. Or you look at people's website and they're like, "I'm available 24/7. What? No. And because it's not healthy, first of all, for you and for your family and for your recharging to be available 24/7. You need to take time for yourself. And I certainly, don't get me wrong, because people know, I have my phone all the time. I have agents in our office who'll text me on Saturday night at 10 o'clock, and I have my phone, and I generally will respond. So that was the bug guy. So, but you have to take time for yourself. And I can remember years ago, Heather, we used to go to lunch, sometimes a group of us who worked in the office. And I can remember one time in particular, we were over at Tuscany, and somebody canceled because they got a phone call of somebody who wanted to see them now. I learned early on, and I think I learned it from Richard Robbins, because he's the first coach that I came in contact with when I got back into real estate in 2006. We had gone with my old office over to Orlando to see him. And the reason why I actually ended up using him as a coach again recently is because a lot of his philosophy is about, your family and your personal well-being, and the balance is all very important to your life. And he taught us, and I adopted it even if I wasn't busy. If something's on my schedule, it's on my schedule. And that doesn't mean you say to, Mr. Seller, "I'm sorry, Mr. Seller, I'm having lunch with my work girlfriends. I can't come." No, you don't say that. You say, "I have an appointment at that time." And if someone's calling you at 11 and wants to see you at noon, you're not prepared. You're not presenting your best self to them. So why would you put yourself in that situation? So your schedule is very important. And that's a big thing that we do in our business planning too, is working on your scheduling, working on time blocking, working on, whatever it is. Do you go to the gym from 5:30 till 6:30? Ellis Wong does.
In the morning or at night?
Right, true, right? I know Ellis Wong goes at that hour, and she has tried many times to get me. I think I made it twice. But whatever your time blocking is, do it. If making Wednesday from 6 until 10 a date night, do that, and make sure you're not answering your phone and attached to it. And this is almost, I mean, this is crazy. This is like an umbilical cord in some cases, and it's not good for your own mental health. And if you time block, I'm telling you, it is the best thing you can do for yourself, because you will get more done. You will be more focused. You will be more, look, we're in a market right now when a property comes on the market, you need to see it like now if you want it, because there's less than 1,000 single family homes in Brevard County, and it's nuts.
Kelly just posted how many. I mean, yeah. It's insane.
I know. So, like, for example, a high school friend reached out to me, and she's like, I need to start looking for a house. I'm renting, and her rent is so low compared to what the market is. But the owners of the house decided to sell because they know they're going to make a big chunk of change, and they gave her till mid-April to get out. And there was not much in her price range. There was kind of nothing in her price range. And when we talked, I said, what we're going to have to do is wait for something to come on. When it comes on, we're just going to have to hit it right then. When that happens, do I drop everything and go show that house to that buyer? Of course I do. So don't get me wrong. I'm not saying don't ever do that. I'm just saying there's times when you shouldn't. So, and just
don't forget to time block for the balance in your family and yourself.
Exactly. And the good news is we looked at this place, and I am also don't love this. It's the only place she looked at. Multiple offers. We came in with a strong offer, and she got it. And I said to her, she's like, what should I do? Should I, and I said, look, I never want to feel like yes, you should buy it. You have to get on it now. Like, because this is something this is a huge investment. You're going to be living there. But I did say to her, you've been watching the market. I know what's going on in the market. Yes, I think we need to make an offer. I think this may be one of your only opportunities. Thankfully, she loved the place, but don't make real estate 24/7. If you need a time blocking calendar, let us know. We have one. We'll share an example with you. That'll help you block out, or at least orchestrate your week, and then you can vary from it. But it's a good start to have.
For me, my biggest time blocking, it's in the morning, so it's like 6 to 9, and I do that because there's not as many distractions,
right?
And so it's easier. So I go to bed earlier, but I'm up before everybody else, and that to me it's a lot easier to manage my time if I'm up before everybody else.
Right. Agreed. So, you get so much more done, right? Oh my goodness. You get so much more done. And then find a cause that's meaningful to you and give back. Is charity the right word? Charity or giving back or giving to others makes you feel good. I have to tell you, I mean, for me, always, this is not giving back, but this is like Christmas. I love giving presents more than I love getting them. I love picking out something that I think somebody will enjoy or want or love. And I love it, which is why I hate these days when all the kids just want gift cards. But, but there's something to that feeling that makes you feel uplifted, makes you feel good, makes you, feel good about yourself. It's funny. I was with my son the other day, and we were talking about it, giving back. And he said, giving back is really for you rather than the person you're giving to, because it gives you a certain feeling. And I thought that was an interesting comment for him to make, because I think it's true. I think it does. It makes you feel good. I mean, anytime we've done any kind of charity things, or we do the Children's Miracle Network.
I mean, sometimes we go crazy getting everything together. Yep. I mean, the dunk tank was, we would never do it again, but no. I guess when you're old, those things are not, that is not so much easier. It's like
getting in and out of the
whale trying to sit on that stupid chair.
I know.
Kids, just pushing the button on day. But
Yeah.
We raised a lot of money. Everybody had a hoot. We found out who in our office had really good arms that were
Right.
surprising. But I love that, that our office is huge on giving back, that our agents are huge on giving back, even if it's not for Children's Miracle Network. Everybody has their cause. What is meaningful to you? Like, I'm always involved with some sort of a charity. And when I think I've reached my limit and I stop, it's not even a year before I find something else. And I have gone from one to another because my life changes and
Right.
something else becomes passionate for me. And not only that is, you're giving back, but it could also bring you business because you're networking with people, if you're going to meetings or anything like that for specific charities.
Right.
You're meeting people that you have something in common with. You're passionate about this cause for a reason, and that gives you that bond. So not that you would join a charity for that purpose, but it becomes
but it is another way of networking and getting to meet people and getting to meet people who have the same passions as you or it can be a good networking thing. I mean, that's not necessarily why we do it.
I think it's just you build relationships with somebody that you have something in common with.
Yes.
And what happens from there happens from there. But I always feel much better if I'm giving back, even though sometimes I am going nuts time-wise trying to do it, but I feel I was given talent. So I give my time and creativity or marketing or whatever it is because it's something that I know how to do. Not everybody does. And I don't want somebody to have to pay for it. I'll do that.
Right.
Instead of, I may not have all the money in the world to donate, but I'll give my time and my talents or whatever I can do.
Right.
Which may be crazy at times, but when I stop, I just want to do it again.
Right.
Like when it's all over and you see the result of, especially, like the Brevard Children in Need. It's when you see the families and you meet the families and you see the impact that you have.
Right.
That means everything. So all the craziness becomes worth it.
Yeah, for sure. And it's funny because some people are like, you're always going, go. Like, what, trust me, there are days when I come home from work and I'll get in bed at 7:00 at night and I will sleep until 5:00 the next morning. But I like going. I like the way that makes me feel. It makes me feel, and the craziness, and I'm okay with that. And if I have to squeeze in one more thing, then I'll squeeze in one more thing. It's funny, I was meeting with a friend the other night, and he, full-time job, 4 small children. His girlfriend has 2 small children, so they have 6 small children, all like under 2nd or 3rd grade. Okay. Yeah, it's craziness. And he started, I think it's the Suntree Soccer. He's involved in so many things, and he told me that he is now next year going to be the PTO president at his kid's school. And it's like, and he goes, and people are like, why are you doing that? And he goes, because if I don't, who's doing it? The PTO is falling apart and I have great organizational skills. So I'm going to do it, and it's people who do.
I think we all just find something that brings you joy, brings you passion, something you're passionate about. I think it gives you those warm and fuzzies knowing that you are making that difference in the community. Right. And I love that so many of our agents belong to, so many different charities and
so many, they all have their own passion project that they are involved with, but let me just go back to don't place barriers on yourself and like talking about doing video and Zoom, set up your area so you do have, so people know that you're with Remax Elite or whatever company you're with, I mean,
can you tell I'm with Remax with mine?
Right. Like if you look at Heather's, you can totally
I may be a little overboard. It's like I have
so in the Suntree office, Kelsey Friedrich helped me, and we set up Heather's office here. We kind of commandeered it. So sorry, Heather. But
no, but I already had kind of that. I mean, that whole thing was set up for
to
us
be able to do
this
that, to do
show.
this, right, to
Yeah.
do this in it. So we have like 3 different stations kind of set up. You can be sitting at a desk and you can use the computer that's sitting there, and behind you, there's Remax product placement. Then on the other wall, we have a green screen. And then on the third, we have the step and repeat, which was funny because Kelsey's like, what's a step and repeat? And then I had to pretend I was like in Hollywood. And I was like, it's like, when you're walking past the paparazzi.
Walking the red carpet.
And then you might have to take a step back so they get your picture. And I was demonstrating it to her, but we have that set up in there. So there's 3 different places. So if you want to just bring your cell phone in, we have the ring light with the cell phone holder. You can make video there, maybe come in once every 2 weeks and send some video emails or something, or set up your home so that you have, see, I've got the Remax things there. You can't see my old lunch containers, which I need to bring home, which are sitting right here. But, make sure, like, if you're standing in your own way of doing video, step out of your way. Make it
well,
so
and I will. So I'm going to add on to that, since you're talking about video, is because this month, February, everyone, when we Bree had asked in one of the creative group, who wants to do, what do you guys want to learn about? Because we do the weekly live classes. What do you want to learn about? Most, we're all about video. So this month is all about video. Every single week, we have people within the Remax network that are going to come on, and we're interviewing them, whatnot, that do every kind of element of video, whether it be TikTok, Reels, to like major videos and like amazing stuff, to fun videos. We thought we would just kind of grab somebody who does like live open houses and can create 20 pieces of content from one open house video. So we have agents from Florida to Canada, everywhere in between, that are going to give tips and advice on videos. So there's no excuse for amazing people. We're super excited for this one.
That's completely awesome. And here's the thing about that. Be yourself. Be who you are. Don't try to be someone else, So if you're not, the most animated or crazy or kooky, you don't have to do what someone else is doing and be that. But find your comfort zone while stepping out of your comfort zone, and do it. I promise you, video will
it'll flow easier if you're authentic to yourself. I know agents, and they'll throw the F-bomb every which way, but it's who they are, it's their personality, and that makes the videos so much more fun because of that. And you know what to expect. It's like, it is what it is.
And their customers and clients know who they are, and they like that,
Yep.
They really do. They really do. So so if you're not watching in the creative group, you should join the creative group and watch the videos and the live meetings that Heather's doing with other people from Remax to help us all be better. Because if we're all better, we're all better. Do you know what I mean? As an industry, if we're all learning and growing and training, thank you, Amber. Yeah, we've been wanting to do it forever, and hopefully agents will use it. If not, I know I'll be using it. I was going to put my old computer in there. But if
I know COVID, I don't get to come down as often, although I really could use some warmth. So I'll be coming back soon.
Wait a couple weeks because it's too cold right now. So
it's warmer than 20s and snowing.
True.
Although I do like the snow, so I'm cool with that.
So tapping into your unlimited potential. Don't place barriers on yourself. Don't let real estate be a 24/7. Don't let it commandeer your life. You are entitled to have family time or alone time or self time. It's funny, I got a massage last week, and of course everybody must know I'm getting a massage because the phone goes crazy for that hour, and then you're done and it's like, oh my God. And then find a cause and give back. Right?
Absolutely. So let's see, what's our weekly activity this week?
I don't know, I'm looking. Each day.
Know. See, that's the thing when it's like last minute, but I could tell you. But
each day when you wake up, choose to be happy. That is a biggie. That is a big E. And I am not a morning person, even though I get up so early. And as a kid, my sister used to torment me because I didn't want to talk to people. I was grumpy. Choose to be happy. choose to believe that there's always something to be grateful for. And here's the thing, and I don't want to say there's always something or someone that's worse, because that feels bad too, like hoping that someone else has it worse than you. But it could always be worse, I guess, is the best way to say that. It could always be worse. And I think for the most part, we all have decent lives. And so find the thing to be grateful for, to be thankful for, and choose happiness in your life. I mean, sometimes it's tough. Sometimes, I mean, you know, it's hard sometimes. Sometimes you get up and you're like, oh my goodness, I don't know if I can do this again. I don't know if I can make sure the kids are getting good grades or getting to school with their teeth brushed and answering all my texts and emails and answering the phone and making everybody feel like they are important, But you can do it, right?
Absolutely. And the words of wisdom is set big goals. And if you
Always.
aim at nothing, you'll hit it every time.
I love that. Yes, for sure.
And that's that whole barriers thing, like set big goals. Because if you aim for nothing, that's what you're going to get every time.
Yep. And that's why, just real quick, that's why when we do the goal setting for the year, we take your gross commission from the year before and we double it. And sometimes that's an insane number. So Candace Mulvaney, you're going for 500 this year, right? So anyway, it can be an insane number, but do it. Because even if you don't make it, chances are you will have succeeded much more than you would have planned to.
Exactly. Right. Because you got to get in that mindset of that goal number. And what do I need to do to achieve that? What kind of things what does that look like for my business? What do I need to change to reach that ridiculous number?
Right.
So that you always are thinking bigger than
exactly
just this little number. But that's all good. So next week, I think we have some good stuff and we have to come up with some content. Of course, always comment if there's something you want us to discuss about. But until then, wake up, kick ass, and repeat.
Have a great week, everyone.
Bye, guys.